Hello everyone. On this video I'm going to show you how to create a PDF file using the standard connector which is available in Microsoft Power Automate. The list which you're currently seeing now, it has got 3 rows of data. The created PDF file is going to have this information in a tabular format. Let's go ahead and create the flow. It's going to be an instant flow with the trigger, manually trigger a flow so that I'd be able to test this during this video. Create PDF. So it's going to have an action get items, which will help us to connect to the SharePoint site and get the item values. Let's select the SharePoint site, which has the list which I was showing you earlier. This is the list, PDF list. And now let's add the action called as select, and this will help us to create a JSON array, which we will use it later to create an HTML table. So this is the action. So the input of this from field should be the output of this get items action. The value, list of items, and here the map section, and we'll have to enter the header information and also the values, and this will create the JSON array. I'll be showing it later after we complete executing this flow. So the first one is going to be employee name. So this is the header, and the value is going to be employee name. And the next header or the column name is office location. So this one is a choice location in choice in SharePoint list. So it's going to be location, office location value. So next one is the contact number. So this is the column name. Contact number. So now we have the JSON array. Let's now add the action create HTML table. So I'm going to create an HTML table with the data from the select action. So the input of this action is going to be the output of the select action. So now we have an HTML table. So we'll have to store this to the OneDrive. So the connector which we are going to use for creating a PDF file is from OneDrive. So I'll have to create an action called as create file. This is from the connector OneDrive for Business. Create file. So it connects to my OneDrive. So we'll have to select the folder where it needs to be stored. I'm going to select root. The file name SharePoint list items .html. The file content, so it's going to be the output of the action create HTML table. Now let's add an action called as convert file. So it's also under the connector OneDrive Business. So if you look at this target type, it has got a couple of options. So you'll be able to create a HTML file or a JPEG file, and also a GLB file, so which is used in 3D modeling. So I'm going to stick to the default one, PDF. Convert file, the file parameter, it should be the ID of the previous action. So now we have the PDF file. So let's now to test this and see the PDF file, let's create an action which helps us to send an email. Send an email. The email is going to have the PDF as an attachment. So I'm going to send to myself. And test PDF file. So let's add the body, the HTML table. And now let's add data about the attachment. So the attachment name is going to be the file name, and the attachment content is going to be the file content. So it's from this action convert file. You can see this here on the dynamic content. So now we are ready. Let's go ahead and test it. Yeah, if it's running for the first time, so it asks this details that you'll have to provide all these permissions. You click on continue and run the flow. So it's creating it. So everything seems to be successful. So you can now see here, select action, the output. So it has got an JSON array of all these 3 rows of data which I was showing you earlier on the SharePoint list, and create HTML table. This is the input, the previous action's output, and you can see the output, it is an HTML table, and also the file is created, the HTML file. If I go look at my OneDrive, it will have the file. If I refresh it, it will have the file, SharePoint list items.html. If you open it, it's a simple HTML table with all the data from the SharePoint list. So let's go ahead and look at the email which I have received, which should have the attachment. Yeah, look at this table. It does not have a border, so let's go to the flow and quickly add some borders to the HTML table. Let's edit it. So I'm going to add an action compose which will help us to replace the HTML element with some borders. So compose. So here I'm going to use an expression replace. So we're going to replace the HTML generated from the previous action, create HTML table. Let's go to the dynamic content, select this output, and now we'll have to replace table with the table which is going to have also the border and background color, comma, let's add the single quote, table border equals to and bg color equals yellow. Now let's close the table. Let's click on OK. So everything seems to be fine. And now we'll have to make some changes to this create file action, because if you look here, it is actually referring to the HTML create HTML table action, which should now be changed to the compose output. Okay, so let's save it and test it. I've received an email. Let's go ahead and see the attachment now. So the attachment should now have the borders. Hey, yeah, so you can look here, the table has now got the borders. So on this video you have seen how to create a PDF file using the standard connector. So there are also connectors, third-party connectors available from Muhimbi and also from Encodion, so which has got a little more flexibility. For example, this connector, it has got some size limit, so you will not be able to generate a PDF file with more than 2 MB or so. I'm not absolutely sure, because there is no currently documentation available, because it's still in the preview mode. So hope you have enjoyed watching this video. Thank you.